Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? Hello, it is 10:53 p.m. CST, May 5th, 2025 on a Monday evening. This stream is literally spontaneous. I just finished up editing what I'd had recorded over on Twitch. I was like, you know what? What might be fun? If I do double uploads on the weekends. But I don't have those recorded. And I kind of want to have them out this weekend, so I guess we'll do it now. And I was like, well, if I'm doing 3, I might as well do more than that. I can fit it in. So fuck it, let's do another 4 articles on top of that. And here we are. Hi, hello, Unlucky. Also, hello, Dilligaff. How you both doing? Is beeping going to happen on live stream? Probably not. On account of I just turned it off like 5-10 minutes ago. Oh yeah, I've also taken to editing streams again. Over on Twitch. No mic. I'm just working. But I'm also currently running my retro TVs In a little window, you can watch old television. Right now I'm running 2000s, but I could run earlier. I could definitely run earlier. At work, the best time to watch YouTube. I hope you're having a good time. Technically, I'm also at work, even though it's not actually, like, hours. I just record in the office. Because when I'm down here, I don't have to worry about waking people up. When are you going to start streaming Deltarune? I am still deliberating what I'm going to do with the channel, because I've had zero motivation to stream recently. My current idea is to have like a big live stream on like Friday or something, where I play just whatever I want instead of like play one game, and then chop those out into individual videos and upload them over the week. But I feel like people would hate that, so I don't know. Before I do Deltarune, though, I need to finish Until Dawn. I need to finish Cult of the Lamb and Judge Sim. I need to do those before I do anything else. I wouldn't mind as long as I see the stream. Yeah. The idea would be that while it's live, it's open to everybody, but after it's over, it becomes members only. Like, I'm trying to figure out a way to not pollute people's sub boxes with this idea. But members only content still shows up in people's boxes. I fucking hate it. It pisses me off whenever I go to my subs, like my subscription feed, and it's like, oh, they uploaded a new video. Oh, it's members only. Whoa. Then why'd you show it to me if I can't watch it? Yeah. I don't like when channels try to put good things in members only. Well, like I said, I would cut out the gameplay segments into videos. If I did this, I don't even know if I'll do it. I don't know what I'm doing. Right now I'm trying to figure out ways to change what I'm doing, like a little bit, so that I want to keep doing it, because I'm getting really bored. I've been here since 2017, man. I'm starting to get bored. Yeah, I hate paywalling content as well, don't worry. Anyway, how about we get to work? Because it is already almost 11 o'clock. And I have work in the morning, so I would like to get some sleep after this recording session. So, what we have today is level 91, but a memory. I actually need to zoom in. Feet. Stinky feet. SCP-321 Blue Fungus from the SCP Classic Wiki. SCP-806 Resurrection Projection. Danger, Medellin Hippos. Adoption poster Darius. Danger, Trunko. And Critter Profile Samson. Those are the articles on our to-read list for the night. So let's get to work, shall we? Bum, 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 bum. Take a drink. You know how I know this cough thing is fucked? I'm doing it even without talking anymore. Like when I'm doing the editing, no comment, like no mic, no talking editing thing. I'm still sitting here clearing my throat. I'm trying to get an appointment. Anyway, let's begin. Level 91, but a memory. Survival difficulty, class 0. Safe, secure, devoid of entities. Devoid of entities. Level 91 is a quaint space that can be found near the edge of collective consciousness. Many have entered it, and all have lived to tell their tales, though none have been there more than once. Description. This level takes many forms for many people, but is always consistent in certain aspects. It takes the appearance of a small island in the middle of the ocean. On a clear, cool day, the level is bright and dreamlike, almost unreal, leaving wanderers alone to their own devices. It is quiet here, peaceful, filled only with the light crashing of waves against the water's edge, and the call of unseen seabirds. On one end of the island juts a hill that ends in a cliff edge. Near the top of that hill sits a small house or cabin, 1 or 2 stories in height, overlooking the never-ending sea. There are no other structures present. The house is unremarkable in most aspects, though all feel compelled to approach it. There really isn't anything special about it. A small gravel pathway leading up to its front, a porch or veranda with a bit of furniture, a basic wooden door. The windows are a little dirty, but they work. A breeze may also pass through occasionally. The inside of the house is rather generic, a bit dusty and plain, with mild signs of once harboring life. A main room with a couch or two, maybe a TV. A kitchen and dining area are located to the side, and there are doors leading to bedrooms and a bathroom. This is not the Wanderer's home, and yet many feel comfortable here, nostalgic, peaceful, even somber, like a place buried in the recesses of the mind. It feels like someone's home, whoever that may be. Sitting down is a common activity for most, so normalized that humans hardly think about it. But there's little to think about in this place. So little that the only thing to do is sit. To simply sit and experience existence. To sit and drag fingers across the soft, slightly worn arms of the couch. To sit and breathe, just for once, before inevitably falling asleep, only to awaken anywhere else. Anywhere but back there. It is unknown how this space is entered. It is unknown how to return. It is mythologized, celebrated, loved. And yet it is but an experience. Fleeting, fading, and always unreal. And always unreal. It is expected of wanderers who enter level 91 to cherish their time there, and to share themselves with others. There's not a lot to be done with a memory, after all. Please cherish it, while you can. There isn't much else to hold on to. Just for a moment. Then it slips away, just as fast as it came. Wait, no, cut that bit out. No, never mind. Then it slips away, just as fast as it came. Just as fast as it came. That was cute. I like this one. Yeah. This guy got with the portal slime gun. Look at him. Poor guy. Damn, them some crusty ass toes, man. Well, anyway. Let's keep rolling, shall we? Blue fungus. Blue fungus. Item number SCP-321. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. Special containment procedures. In stages 1 and 2, an infected individual poses no significant risk of infecting others. Infected personnel can be held in minimum security quarters. Anyone with contact who displays symptoms must be checked at the infirmary to prevent possible spreading. As soon as stage 3 symptoms manifest, as soon as stage 3 symptoms manifest, the host must be quarantined and no contact is to be made. Without a full biohazard suit with air filtration. If more than one Class D personnel is infected, only one is to be maintained, with preference given to individuals who have not progressed to stage 3. If an infected subject is terminated, disposal of the body by fire is mandatory. Description: SCP-321 is a fungal spore that sprouts on mammalian tissue. Observations have shown that there is a life cycle of the colony. The following is what we know of the life cycle. Stage 1. Symptoms resembling a mild cold. May have a small rash, similar to razor burn. 95% recovery without medication. 100% recovery with antifungal treatment. Typically lasts 3 days. Biohazard 1. Stage 2. Subjects report an itching under the skin. Skin in the affected area takes a bluish tinge. Skin elasticity diminishes. Biopsy shows hyphae extending in the dermal layer. 60% recovery with aggressive oral antifungals. Typically lasts 1 to 4 weeks. Biohazard 1. Stage 3. Fungus will bloom, causing multiple spore balls of a vibrant blue to form on the infected area. Subjects will exude pheromones. This induces a calm euphoria in the area of effect, and seems to work on all mammals. The pheromones will continue to be emitted until subject is cured. 50% recovery with 50% recovery with antifungals. Typically lasts for 1 week. Biohazard 2. After stage 3, the infection reverts back to Stage 2. The fungal colony will expand an extra 50% before continuing the cycle. Percentages listed are for the first cycle of infection. More progressive cases are resistant to antifungal agents. Note: if it was not for the pheromones emitted in Stage 3 and later, this would be an ugly infection, but of no use to the Foundation. However, the pheromones, which still defy analysis, may be of some use to our operations. Dr. Blank. Dr. Blank. One second, I accidentally forgot to write down the cut. All right. That's 2. All right. I cleared my throat a little bit. Maybe I can talk a little clearer now. Nope, I can already feel it. Ah, well. Whatever. This is just me now. Get used to it. Alright. Let's move along. Resurrection Projection. Resurrection Projection. Item number: SCP-806. Object Class: Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-806 is to be kept sealed in Containment Locker 8 at Biosite 66. Researchers interested in utilizing the item are to contact Dr. Bridge for an interview. SCP-806-1-A has been given a standard humanoid containment suite at Biosite 66. SCP-806-1-A is permitted levels. SCP-806-1-A is permitted level 0 clearance if supervised by at least one level 1 personnel at all times. SCP-806-1 may only be created upon explicit written approval by both Dr. Bridge and Dr. Seidelman of Site-66, or O5 approval. Description: SCP-806 is a large, modified film projector, originally built circa 1900. The item's lens has been replaced with one constructed of several dozen thin layers of shaved precious stones and as of yet unidentified materials. The original projection bulb has been replaced by an LED array. Originally built for 35mm film, most inner mechanisms have been retrofitted with similar components of various complex alloys. These modifications allow for most film sizes to be played. Additional mechanisms have been installed, allowing for multiple spools of film to be played through the item without interruption. When active, SCP-806 creates biological material through an unknown process, which arranges itself in a manner that recreates a nude copy of a deceased subject in the open space before the screen, as they were at the time of the latest recording used. Footnote: note that fictional characters depicted are not restored. Only the actor of that character will be recreated. Footnote: the target appears random, favoring whichever figure has the most on-screen time. Footnote: cartoon films have no effect within SCP-806. Matter produced through this effect appears to first manifest as needle-thin rays of light projected from the lens. It creates no shadow or effect on the films being played, and appears to become biological matter at the point that it touches the forming human subject. Copies created this way are henceforth SCP-806-1. Copies created this way are henceforth SCP-806-1. In order to produce SCP-806-1, film reels containing recordings of the deceased must be projected onto a silver lenticular cinema screen. Lenticular cinema screen. Between 13 and 27 hours of recording is required to recreate the subject. At least one individual must be viewing the film through the duration of the phenomenon, or formation will cease and gradually reverse. If the projector is shut down, the instance of SCP-806-1 will fail, usually dissolving into a mixture of blood and graphite dust. Footnote: 2 tests wherein the process was intentionally interrupted at the 19th hour led to unfinished physical bodies collapsing onto the floor. The more formed instance succumbed to brain death. The more formed instance succumbed to brain death, where the less complete instance simply died. Finalized instances of SCP-806-1 lack any color pigment, as if in monochrome. This effect is independent of the colorization of the original source material. Tissue removed from instances will gradually gain color pigment through unknown processes, but decay unusually rapidly and do not survive transplantation. Complete instances of SCP-806-1 usually retain most memories of their past life, and will initially believe that they are the original individual. All instances, save for SCP-806-1-A, die of cardiac arrest between 70 and 75 hours after final formation. Use of SCP-806 as a means of investigating film-based anomalies is pending review. 806-1-A and Discovery. SCP-806-1-A is the first known subject recreated through SCP-806, and the only still surviving individual. 806-A is a young woman of indeterminate heritage, appearing in her early 20s, apparently born in the early to mid-20th century. For an as of yet unknown reason, SCP-806-1-A appears to be afflicted by a form of dissociative amnesia, which prevents her from recalling any personal information regarding her original life, including her own name. No records have yet been found regarding a person of SCP-8. No records have yet been found regarding a person of 806-1-A's appearance or general timeline. 806-1-A was recovered alongside SCP-806 during its initial recovery. Agent Fish, embedded in the local police force, was investigating a call that youths had broken into a local theater, which had been closed for holidays. There, the agent encountered an unknown male. Angrily shouting while attempting to gather up SCP-806 and other paraphernalia, and 806-1-A in a state of confusion and distress. The unknown male escaped Agent Fish and civilian personnel. MTF Alpha 4, Pony Express, was called to recover SCP-806, SCP-806-1-A, and approximately 50 hours of various types of film. The film contained 5.8 seconds of SCP-806-A laughing. The film contained 5.8 seconds of SCP-806-A laughing and saying, "I love you," repeating in various states of quality and coloration. Bro was trying to bring his waifu to lifeu, dude. You really blame him? Damn. Alright, one sec. Need to see if I can fix my throat a little bit. Mission failed. There for a second, I was starting to operate under the assumption maybe I was subconsciously talking like this. No. This is just literally how I talk right now. And it's fucked, man. It's so fucked. Ah, well. Gonna try to, though. Maybe if I push my voice further forward, maybe that'll be a bit different. Still a little stressed. But that'll have to do. What I'm trying to do is, push myself into a more casual, upbeat voice for the Wilson's Wildlife Solutions. I don't want to do the regular... As I'm talking, I'm slowly trying to push my voice forward. Danger, Medellin Hippos! Danger, Medellin Hippos! So you can hear it as I hit the hippos, it pushes it back. Danger, Medellin Hippos. Maybe if I just raise the pitch. Maybe that'll feel a bit better. Either way, I'm trying to do something different for a GOI. I like to do different things for GOIs. Except for the SPC, because it's funny. Because you're just punching sharks. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to raise my throat for the Wilson's Wildlife Solutions, the WWS. I'm just going to raise my throat. And this will be them. Wow, I actually have to do this in order to take the stress off the back of my throat. That's crazy, dude. Oh my god. I'm over here swallowing my fucking Adam's apple in order to talk. Alright, this will be the WWS voice, though, I think. Alright. Danger. Medellin Hippos. Hello, I am a Medellin Hippo. I am almost identical to my African cousins and, in fact, am not very different from them biologically. Basically, if you know what a hippopotamus looks like, you know what I look like. The only differences between me and a normal hippo are that I live in the Magdalena River and not in sub-Saharan Africa, and that my mouth holds a big secret. You see, I like to open my mouth wide enough for people like you to get on without, wide enough for people like you to get in without any problems. Inside me there is an entrance to a secret warehouse full of things that can be used only by the Medellin cartel. But don't panic. I'm not a bad guy, I swear. I was just used by some very nasty people to do some very nasty things a long time ago. The inside of my mouth leads to a shelter full of weapons and non-perishables. The supervisors think we are meant to be some sort of emergency room for the Escobar family, as Pablo himself is the reason we are here. By the way, if you are thinking of trying to loot my secret room, don't even think about it. Hippos are dangerous creatures, not warehouses. Precautions and facts about me. Like normal hippos, I am very aggressive and territorial. If you see me, stay away. I like to lounge by the riverbed, so keep an eye out if you go fishing or swimming. I can weigh between 1,600 and 4,500 kilograms. Unlike most creatures, I am not afraid of humans, and will not hesitate to defend myself and my family. Although the Wilsons have managed to capture and befriend most of us, there are still some that roam the Magdalena River. Always where we are least expected. Did you know that I can't sweat? Instead, I produce a pink substance that coats my skin and keeps me moist. Though we are mostly herbivores, we can and will eat carrion if given the opportunity. Despite there not being many of us in the wild, we like to travel in herds of up to 40 members. Important reminders. While we recognize the potential for high reward when it comes to locating and entering the pocket dimension within the Medellin Hippos, it cannot be emphasized enough that these are deadly and dangerous animals, as well as an invasive species. That said, I would like to declare hunting season for these creatures with... Wait, this is a note. Rewind. This isn't the article anymore, this is a note. While we recognize the potential for high reward when it comes to locating and entering the pocket dimension within the Medellin Hippos, it cannot be emphasized enough that these are deadly and dangerous animals, as well as an invasive species. That said, I would like to declare hunting season for these creatures with possible rewards for hunters who manage to bring in a specimen. We have enough specimens in captivity so that neutralizing those left in the wild will not be a problem. In addition, with this hunting initiative, we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone, contain the anomaly, and eliminate the remaining anomalous population from the wild. Alonso de la Cruz, Protection of Anomalous Animals, SCP Foundation. For inquiries or complaints, address Av Heliconia, Pueblo Salto del Amazonas. Footnote: anomalous community under the TFAC accessible through roads in the Amazon waterfalls. Telephone +55 2913 5931. Email info@soluciones delwilson.latam. Wilson's Wildlife Solutions. Soluciones del Wilson Latam. From Tim Wilson to Alonso de la Cruz. Date 12th of March, 2008. Mr. de la Cruz, I have some concerns regarding your open season initiative on these creatures. They have done nothing wrong and did not ask to be anomalous. They're victims of others' vanity and meddling in the paranormal. Why not let us continue to capture them? We are on a good pace and can probably capture the remaining 4 in the next... We're on a good pace and can probably capture the remaining 40 in the next 5 years. Sure, they may breed more in the interim. But it shouldn't be at a rate we can't keep up with. Hoping for mercy, Tim Wilson. From Alonzo de la Cruz to Tim Wilson. Date 13th of March 2008. Wilson, you already have a sample population under control at your center here in Latin America. You already have a sample population under control at your center here in Latin America. You even have breeding pairs. That is perfect for the Foundation and that is perfect for the Foundation's interests in these animals. Also, as mentioned on the poster, by declaring open season on them, we will be reducing the risk of civilians encountering the danger, anomalous and normal. I thought you were a conservationist, Wilson. Any conservationist could tell you that these hippos are invasive, and therefore pose a danger to existing animals in the area. There is no time to waste when it comes to culling them. Yours, Alonzo de la Cruz. Alonzo de la Cruz. From Tim Wilson to Alonzo de la Cruz. Date 14th of March, 2008. Mr. De La Cruz, what exactly is your plan for these creatures? I don't see how breeding these animals can benefit the Foundation. Curious, Tim Wilson. From Alonzo de la Cruz to Tim Wilson. Date 14th of March, 2008. Wilson, I'm going to explain it to you because it's clear that if I don't, you won't understand it. Each one of these hippopotamuses contains a small fortune inside. About $1 billion to be exact. Every time another hippo is born, another portion of Escobar's fortune is revealed to us. And that's a lot of money we're interested in owning. Enough to fund the Foundation's operations in the area for a while longer. We don't have a lot of money here in Latin America, Wilson. I know the U.S. board is flush with money, but it's very difficult to get it out of there. We are largely on our own in this, Wilson, and without new sources of money, our operations cannot continue and expand. Every one of these hippos is worth its weight in gold, and these hunters have no idea what they are doing. We could pay them a few thousand to fuck off, and keep the rest to fund our operations. With the 40 or so left out there, we'll have enough to not worry about our containment budget until 2021. That means a lot of spare cash that we can spend on the various emergencies that tend to crop up around these parts. That's exactly what we need, so we don't go broke. And the hippos that will be born later, those are just to help our budget. Taking care of them is insignificant compared to what they give us. Yours, Alonzo de la Cruz. From Tim Wilson to Alonzo de la Cruz. Date 16th of March 2008. Mr. de la Cruz, this money you are taking is dirty. Drug money. Blood money. Are you comfortable taking it even though you know the implications of Are you comfortable taking it even though you know Are you comfortable taking it even though you know the implications of its existence there? Mortified. Tim Wilson. From Alonzo de la Cruz to Tim Wilson. Date 17th of March 2008. Wilson, when you agreed to expand here, you were told about the good and warned about the bad. Don't ask to fill your stomach with just one of those drinks, because that's not the way things are. I wish it were different, but this is the way it is. If you have any more complaints, I recommend redirecting them to the International Committee and their tight hand. Yours, Alonzo de la Cruz. What happened? What's up? Something happened? Something explode? Did I fuck up? Now I'm concerned. Mortified, even. A little terrified. Sorry, I was solidifying that set. Stretch. Alright. We have at least 3. Maybe one more, if I feel like adding it. Though given the fact that it's already 11:30, almost 11:40, probably will. We'll call it satisfied with the next 3. We got 3 more. Oh, wait, it's Ted. I find it interesting that these... Ooh. These, WWS articles are... like emails? I find that interesting. Excuse me. Take a drink. Alrighty.
Let's begin. Hi. Hi, my name is Darius. Get to know me. I'm looking for a good and loving home in the 3 Portland's boarding area. I get along with most people, so long as they aren't in positions of power. I really can't stand to be near them. This is no joke, folks. I start cussing up a storm and shouting all sorts of profanities if one so much as gets near me. So long as you aren't in a place of authority, you and I should get along just fine. I'm a very special bird, a resplendent quetzal to be exact. My species doesn't talk, so I really am unique. As you can see, we've got some pretty attractive plumage, which means I would be a colorful addition to your home. I don't need a lot of room, but I would certainly appreciate having a big, spacious cage to stretch my little wings in. I come with a small travel cage, 1 bag of feed, and my toys. I'm a rebel. Miss Wilson tried her best to look after me, but I would yell and yell until she left me alone. The folks at Wilson tried to acclimate me by assigning me to a volunteer Jefferson, a police officer. But after I threatened to bite his lips off and defecate in his mouth, they figured it was time for me to go. I'm pretty easy to take care of. I only need my feed and water to be changed regularly, and some room to relax in. Seeds and fruits are my favorites, especially avocado. No need to turn it into guac, just feed me that yummy fruit as is. Important things about me. Important things about me. I just love to eat fruits and bugs. My tail feathers get really long during mating season. I'm part of an endangered species. Please be kind to me. I am really quiet most of the time. My species is associated with the Aztec feathered serpent, the Quetzalcoatl. I have a really bad potty mouth. I really don't like police. Please keep them away from me. Please keep them away from me. I can chew through wires, so keep them hidden and out of my reach. I can get pretty loud if someone I don't like comes near, so be careful. Keep me away from cats. They scare me. Notes from my foster parents.
This thing was awesome until I became an RA at Deer, and he started pooping on my reports. Sorry, Darius, you were a real homie, but I can't have this happen again. Rock Sanders. This bird sang the entire Fuck the Police song. Who taught him the song? There's no way anyone over at Wilson's knowingly allowed this. Ted. The proximity range Darius picks police officers up on is startling. I can't in good conscience keep him in my home because it makes me feel as if I am using a living, breathing, and sometimes squawking police scanner. Creepy. Zimran Nark. It was funny at first. My dad's a cop. But then he got loose and pooped all over my dad's uniform and chewed up his radio. After my dad found out, well, better off at Wilson's than here. Sorry, Darius. John O'Malley. He was perfect up until inspection time at the Deer dorms came. He started calling the dorm inspector a fascist and told him to kiss a frog. It was pretty funny, especially when the inspector threatened to turn him into a frog. It wasn't funny when Darius threatened to stab him with a broken bottle. Needless to say, he's not welcome here anymore. Alice Fair. My husband and I thought we would be able to deal with a potty-mouthed parrot. We were fine when he started calling him a class traitor and cuckold. We were fine when he threatened to pick out his eyes and poop in the sockets. We were really unhappy when he flew out of his cage and threatened my husband at knife point in the kitchen. Eric E. Erickson.
For more information or adoption, address 31st North Deerway Avenue, 3 Portlands. Phone 503-555-0187. Info. Email info@wilsonswildlifesolutions.site. Void. Wilson's Wildlife Solutions. Wilson's Wildlife.
Confidential. To whom it may concern. Our agents in the adoption center area have been informed of. Our agents in the adoption center area have informed us of a police scanning parrot. We are very much interested in such an object, and will be sending an agent to adopt it within the week. Thank you for helping us and your country. Yours, FBI Regional Director Aponte. Sent by Anders Wilson. Recipient Theowen Wilson. Date July 25th, 2029. They were having a hell of a time finding foster parents for Darius, and everyone on Void seems to have turned against this poor fellow. He's starting to be mean to me, too. And you should see how bad he was to Hoggy. I don't think we can hold on to him here much longer. We need to do something about him ASAP. Seeking guidance, Andy. Sent by Theowen Wilson. Recipient, Anders Wilson. Date, July 26, 2019. Hey, Andy, I'm very saddened to hear that Darius is having a medical emergency. Please bring him back to Boring as soon as possible, and I will get Dr. Alistair to tend to him as soon as possible. Please do not delay. Faye. Confidential. Ms. Wilson, I'm very disappointed to hear that Darius has somehow escaped capture during transportation from Boring to Portland. We were looking forward to putting him to work. Your brother was able to show me the email in which you replied to him about the bird's medical emergency, but he was not able to produce his own receipt. He had claimed to have cleaned out his inbox and outbox, which was true, but we found no such receipt on your end after a brief inspection. I apologize for the intrusion, but one can never be too sure with national security. Yours, FBI Regional Director Aponte.
Sent by Theowin Wilson. Recipient Anders Wilson. Date July 29th, 2019. Mr. Aponte, yeah, it sure is strange, but you know how it is with computers sometimes, deleting things all willy-nilly and whatnot. I'll keep you updated on our search for Darius, but I don't know how easy he'll be to catch. He always was a free spirit after all. Faye.
I think I may have read this 2029. 2019. There we go.
Hey Esther, it's been a while. How is Darius? Faye. Date August 19th, 2019. From.
Wait.
Date August 19th, 2019. From Esther Kogan at dearcollege.edu. To Faye Wilson at wilsonswildlifesolutions.site. Regarding the bird is the word. Holy heck! Thank you for sending me my very own Mr. Dare. Did you know that drugs are really expensive? It's true. Who is Dr. Wondertainment? Find them all and become Mr. Gamer against weed. Number 1, Mr. Literal Serial Killer. 2, Mr. Normie. 3, Mr. Bernie Sanders. 4, Mr. Get Anything for Free in Any Shop. 20, Mr. Sex Number. 21, Mr. Heavenly Virtues. 22, Mr. Deadly Sins. 23, Mr. Original Character. 24, Mr. Dare. 25, Mrs. Gentrification. 26, Ms. Mad About Video Games. 27, Mr. Meme. 28, Mr. Ominous, discontinued. 29, Mr. Destiny. 30, Mr. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. 31, Ms. Zapatista. 32, Mr. Hacks. 33, Mr. Just Has the Tattoo. 34, Mr. Top Text and Mr. Bottom Text. 35, Mr. Finale. Thanks, Faye. Esther.
Was Darius a Mr. Gamers Against Weed Mister the entire time? Whoa. Whoa, that's crazy. He's a Gamers Against Weed guy. Yeah, he's Gamers Against Weed. Mister. Hilarious. Stream job stopped for just a second, but then resumed. It has to have been a YouTube pickup. Because I didn't notice any drop on my end. It might just be being fucky. It do that sometimes. It do that. Alrighty. How many of these are SCPs? How many of them are UIU? This is a tail. Wait, no, this is something else. Black Queen. Collected item. Where's this? The Japanese. The Japanese agency, but Shushuin? I don't think I've heard of them actually. Is this a tale? Ambrose Restaurant. SCP, 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 SCP. SCP. Log of anomalous items. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. I forgot this existed. This is where they put all the random shit now. You know what? I'm actually gonna bookmark that. Might be fun to do some videos on this at some point. Like reading through 1 and 10, 11 to 20. That could be fun. I'll bookmark that. Think about it for later. There's 5 volumes. Jesus. I'll come back to that. Alrighty. We got 2 more, but it's almost midnight already. These are longer than... these are taking me longer than I expected, but that's because I'm being slow. What the... Yar. Don't look, I'm stealing that. Why? Because I'm adding this to my list. I don't want them to take it away again. Every time I figure out that they still have their image, they run away with it. Speaking of shit randomly disappearing, last week I read, what was it, level 117, math class from Backrooms Wikidot. They deleted it. They fucking deleted it. I went to the article in order to get the picture, and it was just gone. Just straight up gone. I had to go to Wayback in order to get the image and actually the text. Just poof. It's been like 2 or 3 days. It was not labeled as being slated for deletion. It just disappeared. And Backrooms is... its moderation is a mess, man. It's a mess over there. Anyway. Let's get at least one more article. It's almost midnight. All right.
Danger. Trunko. Hello. I'm a white woolly whale. Macaptura capillus. More commonly known as a Trunko. I inhabit waters on the southern Atlantic coast of Africa, and you can tell me apart from a normal whale due to the fact that I'm covered in white fur and possess a very large, elephant-like trunk. Several critters such as myself are endangered, with only a few dozen in the world. We're lucky to have a total population of about 200, but even that is steadily decreasing, due to illegal whaling operations carried out by individuals interested in our bodies. People believe that my fur, skin, and blubber possess properties to make them beneficial medicines, promoting fertility and allowing blood to flow more freely throughout the body. This myth started centuries ago, and is promoted by people who want to make money off of my suffering. If you see me in open waters anywhere in the world, call 503-555-0125 to report my location. You could very well be saving me from poachers and whalers if you do so. Precautions and facts about me. Our fur can host millions of algae and plankton colonies, which passing fish feed off of. We're primarily carnivores, using our trunks to grab onto prey and stuff it in our mouths. Nom 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 nom. Like elephants, we can breathe through our trunks. If you ever see a bunch of white woolly pillars sticking out of the oceans, it's likely a pot of Trunko. We can live for over 100 years, and juveniles don't reach maturity until 33. Our trunks are strong enough to pick small yachts up out of the water and throw them 30 feet. We were originally an Antarctic species, but due to climate change, we've started migrating north and shedding our fur. A single specimen of us was seen in 1924, and was mistakenly identified as a normal whale. Crazy, right? A single corporation is the biggest threat to our survival. Important reminders.
This guy in here, I've already given him a voice. No, you're new. This guy's new. Trunko are curiosities in the world of parazoology. Like many so-called lobster species, their bodies have a tendency to decay into an unrecognizable state within seconds upon death, as if they mean to obfuscate their true nature from us. Any resources that could possibly be gained from their body are destroyed upon death. And yet parts of them are sold as traditional medicine throughout the world. How does this happen? Trunko are kept alive for as long as possible while their resources are harvested. After a certain amount of time, removed parts lose the decay effect upon death. Skin and hair loses it almost immediately upon being removed. Flesh from the stomach takes approximately 2 days. Flesh from the trunk requires a week. And the blubber and oil can take up to 3 months to be separated from the lobster effect. Oil and blubber are also the most valuable components. So yes, 3 months. These creatures are kept alive on whaling ships for upwards of 3 months while they're harvested. Just to ensure that the profit margin, just to ensure that the profit margins of a bunch of quack doctors don't suffer. At least they kill the rhino when they take its horn. This is why, in collaboration with the Mana Charitable Foundation, we are offering a bounty, 10,000 USD for credible information that leads to the location. 10,000 USD for credible information that leads to the location. And detention of any whaling ship that captures and harvests Trunko. We can't do this alone. Don't let them go extinct. Dr. Jason Hendricks, Paracryptozoologist.
For inquiries or complaints, address Super Cute Pets Rescue Shelter, Portland, Oregon. Telephone 503-555-0133. Email jasonhendricks2@skipnet.net.
From Jason Hendricks to Eowyn Wilson. Date 27th of October, 2020. Eowyn, it's awful in Antarctica, thank you for asking, but our expedition did produce something valuable. We managed to spot the Asmodeus, the flagship in Marshall Carter and Doc's whaling fleet, which I can't believe they still have. Do these guys own a moon or something? Chatter indicates that they were in pursuit of a small pot of Trunko that live in those waters. I realize I'm technically one of your supervisors, but where I come from, we do things differently. By the time you read this, a car will be en route to take you to Portland International. There's a flight waiting for you that'll take you to Newfoundland in Canada. Open up a flight corridor just for us. At the risk of sounding unprofessional, Red, like someone who used to work at Site 87, what do you say we go Greenpeace on their ass? Guards, Jason Hendricks.
From Eowyn Wilson to Jason Hendricks. Date 27th of October, 2020. Jason? Are you fucking insane? Scratch that. You're from the Sloss Pit, of course you are. Everyone from that town is a screw loose. Have you ever heard of a nomohazard? It's like a cognitohazard, except it legally screws you. Come into contact with one in best case scenario, you're in bankruptcy court before the week is out. The gangplank of the Asmodeus has a dozen nomohazards on its first step. If you are not legally authorized to be on there, Marshall Carter and Doc's lawyers will find a way to actually seize your organs as part of the suit. Maybe take your soul as damages. The rest of the ship is rife with all sorts of funky crap. They're the only ship I know that has a smell that can kill you. The Asmodeus is the flagship of the whaling fleet for a reason. I'm not going after it, and I hesitate to say that you should either. Your funeral. Eowyn. P.S. Yes, they do own a moon. At least 3.
From Jason Hendricks. From to Eowyn Wilson. Date 27th of October, 2020. Eowyn, sorry. Just didn't want to seem like a complete weddle. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. Inside joke from my side of things. I want to actually be able to help them, not feel ineffectual. But I do think there's something we can do. I looked more into the Asmodeus, and one of the things that makes it so effective is a semantic identifier thingamawhatsit. And one of the things that makes it so effective is a semantic identifier thingamawhatsit that makes other whales see it as a whale. It doesn't work on humans. I don't know why. What if we can make another whaling ship hunt it? I'm attaching a file to this, part in the redactions. The object that file covers is about 15 kilometers west of the Asmodeus' projected path. If we can alter the path somehow, well, let's see how the fireworks go. Jason Hendricks.
View attached file. SCP-1245. From Faywin Wilson. To Jason Hendricks. Date 27th of October 2020. Jason, I regret to inform you that in the process of me opening your last message, my hand slipped and started a Rube Goldberg machine of events that ended in a friend of mine in Mana getting your email. Sorry about that. It won't happen again. I don't approve of this plan. Not one bit. But I've been out of touch with my friend in Mana for years. Who knows what they'll do? Out of my hands, and out of yours as well. Hope you feel better in Antarctica. I hear the colossal spider crabs are especially colorful this time of year. Faywin.
From Jason Hendricks. From Jason Hendricks. From to Faywin Wilson. Date 27th of October, 2020. Faywin, the answer to the question, what will we do with a drunken whaler, has been definitively answered. Feed his crew to a pot of Trunko. Early in the morning. Jason Hendricks. Jason Hendricks.
Hey man, I think they killed the Asmodeus. But I don't know. I don't know. Hee 1 a.m. EST, yep, it's midnight CST. So we won't be able to do the last one. We'll strike that from the red list. Do that next time. Alright. Well, we've hit the articles that we'll be dealing with next week. So, that will be it for the day. For the evening, rather. Alright. I'm not sure when we'll do our next reading session, probably after I've finished editing this batch, which shouldn't be too long. Probably do it in a day or two. With dedicated editing times now, I'm still considering what to do about this channel, what to do with it. I'll figure it out. Maybe have another conversation with people during the just starting phase whenever anyone's here. I don't know. For now, though, I'm gonna head out and go to bed. So, thank you all for hanging out. I hope you had a good time, because I certainly did. Y'all have a good night. I'll see you all later.